Right. Jan Poveda has gone to Sunderland. We'll see where we go down this one. Jack.
I had a feeling like something like this had happened. And because he was on so much money, I mean, look, we don't know how much of it was to do with the player himself or how much of it was the agent.
Well, if you believe if you believe that transfer page, they're on 40k. He's on 40k a week at Sunderland. I doubt it.
And I've seen a lot of Sunderland fans go, is he hell?
Yeah.
And
but apparently that's included like appearance fees or something like that. Yes, we all play Football Manager. We know what what you can add on there. Go on, carry on.
And I don't really like that he's gone there with how much he was bigging up. Like this is the thing now. Any team that he now ever plays for cannot believe him when he starts properly like kissing the badge and being all about the fan base there and all about the club and all about this that, because he was doing that for us last season. And if you had that much of a strong mindset towards it, you'd sign for them in the summer as soon as you possibly could. And he didn't do that.
It's the fact that he bought into the project and he went elsewhere.
Exactly.
And the talks are it was mainly agent stuff. And they couldn't work out personal terms. And I'm like, there is still footballers like that. And that's what... Can I just say, to preface this, I like Sunderland as a club. I like the fan base.
Oh, yeah, same.
Never had any issues.
Same here.
So this isn't a dig at the fan base before we start down that aspect. And I actually think he's gone to a big club, as if he would if he was here. I think we've got a mutual respect between the fan bases there.
Not long ago, weren't they? So it's, you know.
But it's a case of... In terms of going there, it makes sense, but I just think it's weird that he bought into the project and fit the system, and he went somewhere that's more of a gamble because of agent and personal terms. I do think that's a bit on character. And there was obviously talk about, was he baiting when he went to Productive Wednesday on his Instagram with the thing when he held up the shirt and obviously with the... I know he signed on a Wednesday. I think it's really, really unfortunate, but I think it's a coincidence.
I genuinely think the Productive Wednesday was an agent thing to do. And the thing is, I've watched both interviews that he did when he came to Wednesday and when he came to Sunderland. The body language looks annoyed and pissed at Sunderland. It looks like this isn't where I want to go. I suspect he want the years on contract has helped as well. He got a 4-year contract there. I think it's 3-year plus an option.
Do you know if his injuries don't pan out, that is a massive risk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If he says he's fit, he's fantastic. But they've got to. I think they've got to wait 2 months for him. He looks like over the summer he's had a good summer. That's what I'm gonna say. He doesn't look like the same Poveda we had, kind of thing. The issue I've got is, I think when Danny did that interview with the star and Rob Statten at BBC Sheffield, I think he already knew the deal was done. It was dead. You could tell one player agreed this, and then we got another bit. We'll stick to our principles. I love that line. We will stick to our principles. That said to me, we ain't going to bend over. This is why I think the whole Ubbo thing's interesting. But it's the whole thing. You might want to come, but we're not going to bend over for what you want if we don't think the deal's right. And I think for once in my time with Chansiri, I'm actually seeing Chansiri do that more and go, well, we'll look elsewhere then. If he doesn't he doesn't understand the project. Because the thing is, there's nothing saying that the project at Sunderland is going to work and they're not going to be scrambling around for another manager again. They have a habit of not giving it time to breathe, and then they're having to have a different manager for a different project. I
said in the last video, I wouldn't have wanted to pin all our hopes on Poveda, which is why I was glad we were still looking at players like Dembele. But actually, after pre-season, I'm even less concerned. You know what? After seeing Ingelsson on the ball, like the thing about Poveda is he's one of the best. Yeah, one of the best. Well, we just not seen him, had we? No. Do you know what I mean? So it's a case of like actually see him in a Wednesday shirt and performing in a Wednesday shirt. But actually, Poveda is one of the best players on the ball I have seen in a long time.
Yeah.
If you look at his stats aren't great because he's not that kind of player. He was very nearly with a lot of his chances, but what he does is he scares players. So when he's on the ball, a lot of potential. If you keep him fit, a lot of players, a lot of defenders, he'll put the fear of God into them. He'll draw them out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that is the benefit. I really do hope that he does beat his injuries, because I'm not going to backtrack from what I said when we last had this conversation. There is a hell of a player there if he can keep fit. If they keep
him fit, they've picked up a cracking free, just wages, and he'll do fantastic. And we're like, yeah, all right, fair enough. We missed out. Our bad. But I think in the position we're in, we can't do what we've done in the past, where we got players who had a sketchy injury record and gone, well, look at.
I'm questioning his character now, though. That's the thing, because of the deal situation, because of that's in there. And if that's the situation, they've had that before. I remember watching the documentary. Was it Rodwell they had, or someone who just literally sat there on a contract
and just ran it down?
Yeah, and you don't want that at that club. No club deserves that, especially a club like Sunderland. So I really hope it doesn't become a case where they get 10 games out of him a season and he sits around, right? Yeah. Because if they have invested that in him, a club like that should see it back. So hopefully they do. It'd be interesting to find. I'm sure it'll come out in the wash. We probably won't follow it as much as we would if it was a Wednesday player, but we'll try.
I do want to just make
more about the contract.
A little bit go. I found out this week. And it does go back to the Ugbo thing. Ugbo's agent got 3 players at Sunderland.
Yeah, there is. I remember a few Sunderland fans actually reached out to me and going, "I'm hearing sort of whispers that we might be interested in Ugbo as well, but there's nothing concrete." I will say though, be careful with that one, because it wasn't Poveda and Ugbo's link up; it was Musaba and Ugbo's link up. And if you want to pay us 20 million for Musaba, with a 50% sell on them, we might talk. But that was the link up with Ugbo. And I think that's going to be the sticking point for Ugbo and other clubs. Musaba.
Yeah.
But for the Sunderland fans watching this, you don't have to know that Musaba exists. So enjoy Poveda.
He's a figment of our imagination.
Exactly.
And can I just say as well, Olaf Kabaki, when he was playing, actually looked
decent, actually.
More solid than Poveda. He was losing the ball a lot less. He wasn't getting muscled off it like Poveda always was last season. And that's what I was hinting at as well at the start when I was like, I think we've signed better players. When you look at when you look at Gassama and Musaba that we've already got, and then you look at Kabaki and Ingelsson, and even Jamal Lowe as well, actually. I think we've signed either equal or better than players. Than
we have brought quality players in that weren't asking for the world. They saw the project.
Yeah, exactly.
Poveda saw the project, and he let his agent get in the way of it, which is fine.
Yep. Yeah,
it happens. You know, going to Sunderland is not a backward step. They are a club very similar status to Wednesday.
If they get it right, they'll be up there this season. But they got to get it right because they had a terrible season last year.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, let us know what you think about the Poveda situation in the comments.